Welcome back. All right, so today we're going to talk about the career of Kevin Dineen. So career videos as we get closer to the season, less frequent, and by the time the season gets started, not a lot of time for me to squeeze them in. But Kevin Dineen, we'll do this here. Number 56 pick back in 1982. And he ended up playing a lot of games. He ended up getting a lot of penalty minutes, a lot of hits. Not that hits were being recorded by the NHL at the time. They didn't always keep track of all the hitting and all that. But hey, 84-85, Dineen makes his debut, and in 57 games, I should say, 25 goals, 16 assists, 41 points. The interesting thing with Kevin Dineen is he was a very good offensive player early in his career, and then became more known for the defensive side of the game later on. 85-86, 57 games played, 33 goals, 35 assists, 68 points. In the playoffs, 10 games, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. He actually finished 10th in Hart voting that year. So a Hartford team that had Ron Francis, and Kevin Dineen is top 10 in Hart voting. Pretty impressive. And he only played 57 of the 80-game season that year. So 86-87, I should say, his third year, 78 games, 40 goals, 39 assists, 79 points. So 40 goals, again, over 200 penalty minutes that year in the playoffs, two goals and an assist for 3 points in 6 games. And he ends up 10th in Selke voting. So Hart Trophy, Selke, sure. So really good, versatile forward, good two-way forward as well. 87-88. His points totals drop off a bit here. 74 games, 25 goals, 25 assists for 50 points. So a drop of 29 points from the year before. But in the playoffs, he has 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points in 6 games. And he did play in the All-Star game that year. So pretty strong season overall, I guess, though his points and goal totals dropped. 88-89, plays 79 games. 45 goals, 44 assists, 89 points. He was in the All-Star game that year as well. And he adds a goal in 4 games in the playoffs. So really, really amazing, fantastic season. It is hard to follow those up. It's one of those years it's hard to follow up. And again, this is one of those careers that you look at this. He's putting up penalty minutes, lots of goals and everything. How much money would he have been worth on today's market, right? As a free agent, as a restricted free agent, how much money would he have been worth? 89-90 in 67 games, 25 goals, 41 assists, 66 points. So his goals per game drops off. His points per game still around a point per game. In the playoffs, he adds 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points in 6 games. But 90-91, we see a bit of an erosion of his offensive numbers. 61 games played, 17 goals, 30 assists, 47 points. He adds a goal in 6 playoff games. So 91-92, this is where Hartford's looking to make some changes, right? So he plays 16 games with the Whalers, 4 goals, 2 assists, 8 points, and he's traded to Philadelphia. So he's traded on November 13th for a 1992 4th-round pick in Murray Craven. I don't think I've done a Murray Craven video. I should at some point do a Murray Craven video if I haven't. But he's traded to Philadelphia for Craven and a pick. And after going to Philadelphia, his offense picks up. 64 games, 26 goals, 30 assists, 56 points. And he played for his father that year. So Bill Dineen behind the bench, Kevin Dineen on the ice. That was kind of fun. 92-93, plays 83 games that year. It was an 84-game season. 35 goals, 28 assists, 63 points. So he's again, a 30-goal scorer, which he had been the year before. It was exactly 30 combined between Hartford and Philly. So he's still putting up a lot of goals. 93-94, it drops off. Now, he was named Flyers captain before that season. He would end up resigning the captaincy to Eric Lindros. But that year, 71 games played, 19 goals, 23 assists, or 23 assists, I should say, for 42 points. And then the offense really drops. 94-95, 40 games, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. So that's a lockout-shortened season. He only missed 8 games. It was a 48-game season. In the playoffs in 15 games, his offense comes back. 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points. So really important games. He gets up for them. Philly goes on a bit of a run there. 95-96, he only plays 26 games with Philly, and he only records 2 assists. The offense just gone. December 28th, he was traded for a 1997 third as well as a 7th-round pick in that same draft. So he's back to Hartford. And in Hartford, after the trade, 20 games, 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points. What do you know? It rejuvenates him. And he's named captain of the Hartford Whalers for the 96-97 season. Plays 78 games, almost gets to 20 goals. He gets 19 to go with 29 assists for 48 points. So now the Hartford Whalers are moving. So he's been with Hartford twice. Now the Whalers are moving to Carolina. So he goes to Carolina with them. 97-98, the first year in Carolina. He only plays 54 games that year. And that's the thing, you know, he's played a lot of hard minutes, so you're going to expect some injuries later on in his career. 54 games with the Canes, 7 goals, 16 assists, 23 points. 98-99, rough year for him, 67 games played, 8 goals, 10 assists, 18 points, and he records no points in 6 playoff games for Carolina. And then September 1st of that summer, he ends up signing with the Ottawa Senators. So he's signed by the Sens. In 67 games with the Sens in 99-2000, he records 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. So what happens is that he's still got some term left, and they leave him exposed in the expansion draft. The Columbus Blue Jackets, looking for a veteran, as you know, expansion teams should have their share of veterans, and especially veterans with leadership experience. Well, Kevin Dineen works on both of those levels, and so he's taken by Columbus from Ottawa in the expansion draft. So 2000-2001 in Columbus, plays 66 games, 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points. And at this stage, defensive game is good. His leadership is there. 2001-2002 plays 59 games with Columbus, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. 02-03, he only played 4 games that year with Columbus, did not record any points, and that would be his final season prior to retirement. He ends up recording 2,229 penalty minutes in his career, which is 39th overall in the NHL's history. So that's impressive. He played 1,188 games, 355 goals, 405 assists, 760 points in 59 playoff games, 23 goals, 18 assists, 41 points. It's a shame he wasn't in Carolina when they went in that run to the finals in 2002, and he wasn't really part of a team that went to a final or anything like that, which is too bad because he was a great player. He did play for Team Canada at the Olympics in 1984 in Sarajevo. So that's one thing he did get to do. He did get to wear a Team Canada jersey on the Olympic stage. But pretty good, pretty solid player throughout his career. And again, good two-way forward who later on in his career, it was about the defense and the leadership, and he was good at both of those things. So the career of Kevin Dineen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.